It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we get to watch Brian Robinson Jr. He's the owner of the third most rushing touchdowns league-wide. It's the Commanders and the Eagles under the lights on Thursday night.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, this is one that the defensive coordinators have had a long week because these quarterbacks, you can prepare for them, but because of their legs, you never know what they're going to do.
Yeah, when the play breaks down, I think that's where the real fun begins. I mean, it is just so hard. You mentioned it. These defensive coordinators, they spend all week, and every time the ball is snapped, you really have to defend two plays. And what I mean is you defend the initial play that was called by the offense in the huddle, and then you also have to...
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go here on a Thursday night. A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Eagles led out by their quarterback, and he is the leader of this offense. Jalen Hurts has that calm demeanor about him, can make the big plays as well. Greg, already in his 5th year in the NFL.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. But if he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
Once again, it's Barkley. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Kayvon Thibodeau, former 5th overall pick, in there to drop him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
His defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed. And this is tough here on the opening drive because sometimes when you miss one early, we've seen head coaches change how they approach 4th down situations. Is he going to get as many chances here? We're going to find out throughout the rest of the game.
There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders' offense heading out for their next possession. And he's been as involved as anyone in the league in the middle part of the season, the NFL leader in receiving yards to this point. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. They'll come up on a second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. Third and a yard, it's Daniels. He'll get this one complete to Brown.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he's in. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Washington. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, here is Ainias Smith. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get going with their second possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. Whoa. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw is Hurts. Oh, he's got this one complete to Goddard. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. To the air again. Hurts.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
On 2nd down, Hurts. Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
A run up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll run the toss to Barkley. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. Now a stoppage for an injured player, and it's Saquon Barkley who appears to be shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. That one taken in. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Eagles.
This is one of those cases, Mike, where the play caller understands, I got 3 points in my back pocket. There's no need here to be conservative. Let's keep this drive alive and see if we can come away with a touchdown. But instead of just trying to pick up the 1st down, they go for the big one, and it's a perfect throw, great catch, and they come away with 6.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stick with him again. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Tackle there by Jalix Hunt. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out. Not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Dotson, the man in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. One quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. And we're back in Philly in a moment. They face second down and 7. Hurts going to hold on to this one. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to third down. Man in motion is Brown. Third and short, and Hurts will throw. Oh, he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kendall Fuller. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. The tight end Ertz in motion. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. From the shotgun on 3rd down. Daniels. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Christian Watson. Touchdown Commanders. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And, Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. To throw is Hurts. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark. Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Commanders' offense and receiver Christian Watson set to go once more. They'll come up here 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll have a Commander's first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big game, and he picks up the first down.
And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Jalen Carter out of Georgia makes the tackle. And he's going to get him a first down here across midfield and down to the 45.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Daniels. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Throwing now, Daniels. He's got a man. It's McLaurin. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
Jaden Daniels, you look at his time at LSU, Mike, and he certainly had great wide receivers to throw to. But now being a rookie quarterback and having the veteran presence of a guy like Terry McLaurin, that is such a comfort for any young quarterback getting his feet under him in this league.
A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To the air again is Daniels. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Daniels going to throw again. Taking off, he'll try to get, and he's in. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Eagles' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. A gain of 24 through the air. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Now he takes off. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes him pay.
There he goes again. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
The defense is going to have to come up with a plan for this quarterback using his legs, Mike, or it's going to be a long day. They knew coming in he was a threat, but I'm not sure they thought he would be this effective this early.
Looking right side, he's got a receiver. It's Smith. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's a run. He is in. A.J. Dillon. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Eagles draw closer here. It's 21-14. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They'll throw with Daniels. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He's going to pick up the first down and more. And he will take this one in. 71 yards. Touchdown, Washington. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Now it's Dillon. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's Braden Mann now. He's on for the second time. They'll try to get something inside the 10. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now, this looks like a design run. And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Daniels to throw on second down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He's got a man. That's Watson. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Washington. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Now Daniels throwing on first and 10. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. Throwing again, Daniels. The throw on the run is complete. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
First and 10. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
On second down, it's Daniels. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Here's Tress Way now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday Nighter to start the new NFL week, as we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some good games starting in the early window on Sunday, and one of the big ones features the New England Patriots as they'll do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Out on the West Coast, more good stuff in the late afternoon as we'll be watching the game at SoFi Stadium. Well, it will be the Chargers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Finally, on Monday Night Football, the showdown in the Lone Star State, Texans and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the number 2 overall pick, Jaden Daniels, with the rest of the Commanders' offense. As we check the league leaders in passing yards, you can see he is right up there among the best in the NFL. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Open man left side, he's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On 1st down, Daniels. Right back to Watson. Another grab. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Commanders. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Eagles offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Holding offense. That penalty is declined.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. A short throw taken in by Goddard. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. Hurts working in the pistol. Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass. is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Taken at the 19. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. The motion man here is McLaurin. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. On 2nd down, they run the counter. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
And he is very close to the first down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. The Commanders about to send this one away. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. He connects downfield to Dotson. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
On the handoff, this is Dillon. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On 2nd down, Hurts. Quick slant into the hands of Smith.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. That one caught by Smith. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. On 2nd down, it's Dillon. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. And they'll throw here with Hurts. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Commanders' offense ready for this next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
Give, and here comes Robinson. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
The motion man here is McLaurin. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught by Dillon. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Here's a 3rd and 10. Now Hurts. And he did all he could, but he's going to be forced out at the line of scrimmage, well short of a 1st down.
Little indecision by the quarterback there, Mike. Do I buy time and throw it downfield, or do I tuck it and become a runner? That's what he's thinking. I think he made the final call a little bit too late, and all he could do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And no chance to turn upfield. He's forced out of bounds after a very short return. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the 1st half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. They'll begin here on the ground. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Throwing on second down, Daniels. Now he'll run, and he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Third down, 3 to go. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up fourth down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll have more Thursday Night Football after this. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And the Commanders add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Man in motion is Brown. A first down throw for Hurts. To the left side, it's caught by Brown. Not able to stay in. He steps out of bounds, and that'll be a loss of a couple of yards on that one. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On third down, it's Hurts. That's taken in by Dotson. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack.
Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And this is not going to get it done. Not even close to picking up the first down. And they will turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. The motion man here is McLaurin. Give to Robinson from the pistol. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down. Throwing now, Daniel. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this running game has really been rolling all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run. Put this game away.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll get about 5. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Now Daniels. Quick hitting slant there. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he will score. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. That his 2nd touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders stretch things out even further. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. This one complete to Bryant. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now it's Hurts. That's caught. It's Will Shipley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Zone read, and it's a give to Dillon. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Give up the middle to the big back, Dillon. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Right back to Dillon. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
He's just such a hard guy to get on the ground. You can see just his strength and his ability to fight through contact. But give credit to the defense. They kept coming after him, and eventually they got him down on the ground, and they got him down for a loss.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Hurts working in the pistol. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
So time here for the onside kick just in front of the 2-minute warning. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll go again with Robinson. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun. It's tried to fit in the slant, and it was intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Texas.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. Greg, sitting up here with you, this is not the same energy we saw from this team at the start of the game. How much has the defense kind of sapped it out of them?
Oh, I think it's a big factor in this game. And when you start taking the ball away at the rate that they have today, it takes a lot of the confidence out of the offense. And I think that's the body language that you're referring to. There is a lot of doubt creeping in to this offense. And it's almost becoming to the point where you don't want to be the guy with the ball because you're afraid you're going to give it up. And when it gets to that, man, as an offense, you're in trouble.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Hurts. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He'll get out of bounds, a gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. To the air again. Hurts. That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
The Commanders' offense headed back to take over once more. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some clock here, and they'll start this drive 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get to the 40 on a short gain. On 2nd down, it's a run with Robinson. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It's a 3rd down. So a win here on the road for the Commanders. And make that a 5th straight victory as they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week, especially heading to playoff time. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Philadelphia, good night.